Widow sues American Airlines after husband charged with terroristic threat over carry-on luggage. A widow whose husband was hit with terrorism charges following an argument with an American Airlines employee over retrieving eye drops from his carry-on luggage has now filed a lawsuit against the airline in the wake of her husband's death. Debbie Cardarelli, of Rochester, New York, filed a lawsuit seeking $1 million in damages and punitive charges from American Airlines in the Court of Common Pleas in Philadelphia, The Washington Post reported. The lawsuit stems from a March 2017 incident in which Richard S. Cardarelli wound up being arrested on terrorism charges after an American Airlines baggage handler alleged that he had made a bomb threat while trying to retrieve eye drops from his carry-on luggage at the gate. Debbie is now suing the airline on both her and her late husband's estate's behalf, claiming that the airline did not take responsibility for its employees' bad behavior, refused to respond to legal subpoenas which wound up delayed her husband's criminal trial and barred him from taking a flight to attend the trial. The incident at the heart of the lawsuit occurred on March 24, 2017, when Debbie and Richard, who died from pancreatic cancer in January, were boarding an American Airlines-operated, American Eagle regional flight in Philadelphia. The Cardarellis were on their way home from Miami, where they were celebrating Richard's upcoming birthday, and had a layover at Philadelphia International Airport. When boarding their American Eagle regional flight from Philadelphia to Rochester, Richard was told that he needed to gate-check his carry-on luggage due to the plane already being full. According to the lawsuit, Richard turned over his carry-on suitcase to an AA baggage handler, identified as Tawanda Ward. He then took 3 steps towards the plane, before realizing that he had left his medically required eye drops inside the bag. Richard was said to have needed to have the eye drops with him to treat an old cornea replacement. Ward allegedly refused to allow Richard to take the eye drops out of his baggage, even though it was still sitting on the boarding bridge next to Ward at the time. Debbie said that even though Richard explained that he needed the eye drops for health reasons, Ward told him that since he already turned the luggage over to her, he could not have it back at that point. While Richard argued with Ward, Debbie went to the ticketing agent for help. The agent, identified as Marcia Batchelor in the lawsuit, then argued with Ward, until Ward eventually gave in and let Richard retrieve his eye drops. Debbie and Richard then boarded the flight. From their window, they were able to see Ward, who appeared to be angry. At one point, Debbie said she saw Ward throw a pair of wheel wedges. Philly.com reported that after 20 minutes of idling at the gate, Philadelphia police officers boarded the plane, along with Batchelor, and arrested and removed Richard from the plane. All the passengers were then made to exit the plane while a K-9 unit searched the plane for explosives. After the plane was cleared, it departed for Rochester. Richard, however, spent the night in a Philadelphia jail and was then charged with disorderly conduct, making a terroristic threat and threatening to use a weapon of mass destruction. His bail was set at $25,000 cash, a portion of which Debbie posted the next day for his release. Then, in October, when Richard was due to fly an American Airlines flight from Rochester to Philadelphia for his criminal trial appearance, the airline barred him from boarding the plane, despite the couple having been assured in advance that he wouldn't have a problem getting on the flight, Debbie said. Richard then missed most of the proceedings while traveling to the city via other means. During the trial, Ward testified that Richard had said that his bag would blow up, but admitted that she didn't tell anyone about the supposed threat for at least 15 minutes. According to Debbie's lawsuit, the Philadelphia County Court of Common Pleas judge acquitted Cardarelli of all charges after questioning Ward's time delay in revealing the supposed threat. All told, the Cardarellis paid more than $20,000 in legal fees and other expenses over the criminal case. Following the incident, the couple had to go to therapy, and Debbie said that Richard spiraled into a depression as a result of the court case, causing him to attempt suicide. She lied through her teeth, Debbie Cardarelli said. "It's so ridiculous what I'm going through just because someone lied." When reached by the Washington Post, an American Airlines spokesperson said that the airline doesn't comment on issues in litigation, while the company's lawyer on the case did not respond to request for a comment.